Hello, hello. How's everyone doing? Be sure to say hi when you pop in. Would love to know when people are hanging out with me. While I'm waiting for a few minutes, I'm cutting out this girl that we're going to color up tonight. I'll let you see which one I'm cutting. So we're going to work on this girl. And I figured I might as well get her cut out while I'm waiting for everybody to jump on, so you don't have to wait for me to cut her out later. I've already chosen my skin tones, so we're good on that. But the colors for the rest of the image I have not decided on yet. Are you checking to see if there's anything in there?
Yeah.
Well, hello, hello. I'm hoping I can see comments right now. Don't see any. So, hopefully, well, there they are. Okay, now I can see them. Hello, Beth. Hello, Evelyn. I need to make one more cut on this girl real quick and we'll get rolling. But tonight I thought we would build a scene. So I have this really cute die set I got from Scrappy Boy, and I'll show it to you in a minute.
Was asking, what's the name of this set?
Beach Life. I will show you the set in a minute if I can find them. So they are on the way. They should be arriving, hoping Thursday, so that I can ship everybody's out to them on Friday morning. That is my plan right now, unless they come in tomorrow, which would be grand. There we go.
UPS said Thursday.
Oh, they said Thursday? Okay, great. So we have two new sets in the shop that I'm sure you guys probably saw. This, it says "Sure Dude Love You," but I used the sentiment already. But this is Beach Life, and this is Malt Shop. So tonight we're going to do Beach Life, and I'm going to use this girl right here. So I am excited about it, and I'm excited for the potential of getting them soon so I can play with them even more. But I have this die set from Scrappy Boy that's called, well, I don't know what it's called. Oh, Rodeo Drive. But it looks like a little beach scene, like a little shopping beach scene to me, and I want to put it in the background of the card. There's some roof samples and stuff, and I had to cut it multiple times because I want the shops to be different colors. I also found an extra grass, so I might use that. And I wanted my tree to be brown and green, so I cut those. So I just cut it multiple times, and we'll layer it up to make it, you know, cute and everything. And I had this leftover piece from a project I did last night, so I have that, and these are all the roof pieces and the doors and the windows, so we can like mix and match the colors. I think that'll be fun. I hope it'll be an awesome background. Huh?
From the windows to the wall?
Yeah, exactly. So tonight we are going to do a little bit different skin tone than we normally do. Normally we do a much lighter skin tone. We're going to go with the darker skin tone tonight. So we're going to go with E39. Oh, let's see if I can get that to focus for me. There we go. E39, 37, 35, and 33 are going to be our regular skin tones. And then this is going to be our underpaint, E00. And R12 is going to be our cheeks. So that is the plan tonight. Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Ellen.
Beth,
Build that beach shack.
Beth, you're pretty much right. I mean, I looked at a lot of different resources for inspiration, and those movies did come up, and what I was thinking about of that genre.
Oh, Gidget?
Yeah.
Ah, so we're going to underpaint with E00. Now, normally I do all underpainting with E000, but since I'm building a darker skin tone tonight, I need a darker underpaint color. So we're going to go with E00 tonight. I think it'll be really helpful. How many of you were watching HSN today? I know I was. When I could, in between calls. And I saw our very own Happy Crafty Ho-Ho on HSN today. Was very exciting. And also Tamara, who comes in here and hangs out with us. She was on, and Shalana. So that was super fun. I felt like I knew a celebrity. I was like, look at that. I know those girls. You don't get HSN over there, unfortunately. I watched it online, actually. I went to HSN online live because I don't get it on my TV either. You even Zoomed for the first time? Yes, I Zoomed shortly, but I had to get on a call. Just posted a story on Instagram and Facebook of my soda babies. Oh, yay! I'll have to go check that out after I finish here. Yeah, I feel kind of tired today, but I think we'll have some fun with this. I'm excited about building that. I bought that little Rodeo Drive beachy type scene at the last convention I went to at the Scrapbook convention, Scrapbook Expo, I guess is the word I'm looking for. I bought it there, and then
Adjust your settings.
what?
Did you want to adjust your settings so it doesn't look washed out?
I already did once. I'm watching. Okay. Dale was saying maybe I needed to adjust my settings so you guys can see that I painted this girl, because it's kind of looking like you can't really see the color. So she definitely has skin color going on there.
Ellen, we've seen a lot of postings of that little soda monster. It's cool. Everybody's having fun with it.
Yeah, everybody seems to be really liking that soda monster. I am too. Hold on, we're trying to fix some lighting here. You had it for a minute. But I'm not getting it, babe. Well, they'll be able to see it as it comes up, but for right now, you can't really see that I colored anything. I mean, what's up with that? And I'm even, when I put my hands in there, you can see it. Look at that. I guess it's just too bright without, so we'll just keep my hands in there. This is my R12 for my cheeks, so I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. It's going to be kind of dark to start with, but I will wash it out with the colors in a minute. So, well, you can definitely see that on her. The soda monster is so cute. Me too. Hi, Phyllis. Hi, Shalana. Y'all did good today. I couldn't hear sound, but at least I got to see you guys. So E39, this is going to look really dark. So when you try this on your own, don't freak out. Just trust the process as you go along, because in the end it turns out quite beautifully. So I'm putting in my shadow, and I'm going to put a little bit up underneath the side of those glasses, and maybe just a little bit here, and then a little bit under this side of the glasses, because there'll be a little bit of shadow on that side. And then I'm going to do a little bit under her neck, a little bit on this side of her bathing suit, trying to stay on the same side of her for shadow. And like I said, it's going to be real dark at first, but it won't end up that way. So just trust it, and you'll see. She's going to be beautiful. I can't wait. So I'm going to put a little bit on each side of her belly since it's a rounded shape. And then I'm going to turn her around so I can do this shoulder over here because this is all up underneath her hat. So there's going to be some shadow there. And then maybe this part of her arm right here that's closest to her body. And up underneath her hand a little bit. Then we're going to put, is that cat I hear in the backyard? Okay. And then this side of her leg. And right here. And then I'm also going to do just a little bit right here where the legs overlap. Just because that way we'll get a little bit in there. Right now it kind of looks reddish, but I promise it's not. And then we're going to switch to E37. This one is still going to be rather dark. The light isn't going to come until the next two. But we need these darker colors in there for the blending purposes. So just trust that it's going to all work out just nice and beautifully. And just roll with it when you're doing this. Because if you worry too much about it being dark or anything like that, then you'll go too light. So you have to just kind of give it a little bit and just trust that it's going to work out. So I'm going to put a little bit on these fingers. There we go. I'm going to go down a little bit here, but not much. And a little bit off of her legs. I promise you guys are probably thinking, I think Sandy has lost her mind. But it's going to work out. I feel confident. Can you tell? There we go. Alright, the next color we have is E35. And this is where she's going to get much lighter. And we're going to start pulling some of that dark in with this color so that we can blend it a little bit and drag some of that color. And then we'll leave some small white areas for our last color because it will lighten up the skin as well. When you put that light right there, it shadows onto the image. Can you put it behind me? Did that make it better or worse? Better. Okay, here we go. So I haven't done this skin tone in a while, but I'm excited. I like playing with different colors and different designs and all that stuff. You guys got quiet. Did you get scared? Did it scare you? I mean, she's gonna be so cute. I'm excited. I think I might even put her in a little bit of pink tonight since we have a pink background. A little bit of pink in our background as well. So I may use some of that. Alright, here we go. Drag some of this down. Smooth out that color. Just admiring my work. Yay! And then down this leg and kind of spread this out a little bit. I'm going to flip her around so I can work that line a little bit more. Make sure we have some smooth coloring because we don't want her to have lines on her legs even though she might have tan lines from being out in the sun. because you know that's how it happens. Hanging out in the sun, on the beach, getting lots of tan lines. There we go. All right, we have one more color. And then I will hold it up so you can see that it isn't red, I promise. It does look like she's just fried, doesn't it? But that's just the lighting on the camera. I'll post her after in the group so you guys can see it. But we're just going to blend all that color together. We need to blend a little bit here and then right by her mouth. And then over that blush for her cheeks. And then right here on her chest. And then we'll do this arm. I'm going to flip her upside down. She's going to do acrobatics tonight while I flip her all upside down and stuff. What's this thing called sun? Oh, you're right. I know. Really? We had the sun today, but we haven't had it much lately. It's been way more raining and everything else. It's those spring showers, May showers coming a little late this year. It's supposed to be time for flowers. There we go. And now we're going to flip her upside down and we're going to get her feet and her legs. She's going to blend out nicely. I'm really liking this combo. It's working really well. I think it really helps to do that underpainting. So if you don't do that, try it, because I think that you'll really like how it brings that flesh tone into your image. I know I have her covered up and you guys can't really see her, but I'm going to hold her up here just a second so you can really see her. I'll focus. I wish the light wasn't so bright. Hold on. There we go. She's got her a nice glow there, doesn't she? So pretty. She is gorgeous, isn't she? You can do her in so many colors and so many cool things. I really like that she's universal. I'm going to give her black hair, but I'm going to use 2 different grays when I do it so that it looks a little bit more hair color. So I'm going to start off with the C9, and then I'm going to go to a W7, and I'm going to flip-flop the C's and the W's. So I'm going to go to C6 and then W5. Kind of so it gives us a little bit of a dark and a light with that. So we're using C9, then W7, then C6, then W5. She doesn't have a lot of hair, and you can do this back part as hair, but I kind of have it as a scarf in the back underneath the hat. So I'm only going to do this front part of her hair over here, and then this cute little curly she's got going on here. And then a little bit up underneath her hat. And then this part we're going to make a scarf to match her swimsuit. Hello, Barbara. How are you feeling? W7 is next. It was very nice talking to you for the brief time I got to be on today. So I'm going to put some brush strokes in there to kind of keep that looking like hair. Right there. Hi, Tamara. Are you having a blast? I know, I was so excited when you popped in, Barbara. I was like, oh, I get to hear her voice, like really talk to her. Usually all I can see is comments, and I read them in my own voice, so it was nice to hear you for reals. Alright, so this is my C6, and then I'm going to go with my W5 to finish it up, and this is just warmth and coolness in her hair, and I just kind of like to do that, especially when it's a really small area, kind of make it look a little natural. It's not going to have a bunch of lines in it because it's such a small amount of hair. It was a fun time. Thanks for watching, ladies. Oh, I bet it was. I bet it was a lot of fun. It looked like you guys were having a blast. Okay, now we have to pick colors. So we have some, these are the colors we have. We have green, pink, teal, brown. Those are the colors we have for the background. So we already have some brown on her, so we're going to go with maybe pink. I also have a blue. Like, I think these two colors would be really good, the pink and blue. So let's put her in pink and blue. And I think I'll do the blues in a brighter shade of blue. And the pinks, those are going to be like hot pinks, you know? So let's see, I have two different hot pink combinations that I like to do, but they have different tones. So let's see which one we want matches better with the pink background. So this is RV29, and then RV25. I think that's going to be it. I don't even think I'm going to check the next one. 23, I think, should finish it up. And I think that'll match nicely with our pinks. So I don't think I'm even going to look at the other one. This is B37, which I think is a good one. B26. Yep. And then I think B24. Yep. Okay, those are going to be our colors for her hat and her outfit and all that good stuff. Did you keep your craft supplies, and did you have craft service? Such a fun experience, blessed. Thanks for cheering us on. Yes, we got that kit and the Stamps of Life tools. Wow, that's amazing. Woohoo to the HSN. How amazing is that? Okay, so I think I'm going to go with the pink bathing suit so I can put polka dots on it in blue. And then we'll give her pink scarf in the back and a blue hat. So it'll all kind of combo together. That is my plan, and I'm sticking to it. You ready? Here we go. So RV29 is our darkest color, and if you notice, I put some lines on her outfit and I like to color the outside of the bathing suit, the two outside sections, darker than the inside section, just to give it a little bit of variance there. And then also these small hidden places on the bathing suit will have the darkest color. So up here around her neck as well. Kind of hard to see. I have most of the lights off so you guys can see the color, even though it's really hard for me. And then we'll do this little part right here. And I'm making this like it's covering all of her hair in the back. Like she has a little scarf thingy on there. All right, next we have the second pink color, we're only using 3 color combinations. So I'm going to finish off these edges right here and then start on the inside part of her bathing suit. And we're going to draw our own design on her, so on her bathing suit. So our own little circles and whatever we decide to do, our little polka dots or whatever. I just didn't want to do the polka dots on the packaging because then people think there were dots on the bathing suit, so I try not to do that. This is up under her hat, so I'm not going to use any of the third color up there, but I think I'm going to make her sunglasses pink too, because why not? How cool is that? So I'm only going to do that with this second and third color so they stay a little bit lighter than the rest. I haven't decided on her lipstick yet. I love adding patterns to outfits. I expand my screen, I can see the coloring. If I minimize my screen for chatting, I can't see coloring. Weird, right? Yes, that is weird, Rebecca. Alright, finish those sunglasses. Right there. If you hold your marker upright, you can get in those tiny spots pretty easily. And we're going to do the inside of her glasses black. So if you are going to go outside the lines, do it on the inside. That way you cover it up with the black. And then we're going to blend out this part of her outfit. So I'm blending that together, and then I'm going to work that line a little bit more just to make sure I get a nice smooth blend, especially since we want to put a pattern on there. And then I'm going to do the same thing with her top. Blend it out. She's got a really cute bathing suit on. They don't make them like this anymore. People probably wouldn't wear them nowadays. Oh, I really like it. I think she needs slightly darker on her glasses, so I'm going to put a second coat just to darken them up just a little bit. And I think I like that. So I'm going to stop there. And I think when we do her polka dots, I want them to be lighter and darker and different shapes. So, I mean, different sizes. So, big polka dots and little polka dots. So, we're going to try not to get too over polka dot crazy, but I know I just ordered my set before the live started. Oh, yay! You can get those suits at Lane Bryant and Walmart online sellers. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. That is awesome. Okay, so I'm going to start with her hat. I think we'll put a little bit of design in her hat too, if we can, as soon as we get it all colored in. And we'll use the colorless blender for the hat. And I'll show you what that means here in just a few minutes. Aren't these just the funnest stamps? They're going to be so fun for us to craft with because we're going to be able to do so much with them. So many different scenes and ideas. I mean, this is going to be the shopping, like she's shopping on the beach. That's why she's in her bathing suit. But we can also do on the beach, and we have the tiki hut, and so many options. The tiki hut's in the paper pad, which is really cool. It's like a little drink place. And then we haven't even done the boy yet, and he's so cute. I think I'm going to go ahead and start on the polka dots. So this is the darkest color, so I'm just going to do some very tiny dots with the darkest color. Just a few. We'll fill in with the other color in a little bit, but I just want to get a few of them in there. Just so we can start the idea of the polka dots. The boy reminds me of Elvis. He does a little bit with his hair. These bathing suits are coming back this year. Well then, wow, I targeted that perfectly, didn't I? Okay, this is our B26. It's our second color. Mostly underneath her hat's not going to have any highlight color, but I'm going to leave a little tiny spot. Just a little tiny spot for fun. And same thing on this end. I'll leave a little bit more, I think, on the upper part of the hat. So right here, I'm going to come along the edge and a little bit along there, but I'm going to leave most of this open for the lightest color. I'll go around the tip here and leave just a little bit. There we go. And then what I'm going to do is go over a couple of these that I put on there and make them just a little bit bigger, because I really just put the basis for the polka dots on there. And if I go over top of them and make them just a little bit bigger, they might stand out a little more. And we gotta put one back there too. And then we'll finish making them all about the same size once we get to this last color. So, oops, she stuck to my finger. So I'm going to smooth that out with my lightest color, which is B24. I'm going to smooth this out as well. And then right here, she kind of colors up sort of quick. I mean, I'm taking my time to teach you guys, but if you just color, you can do it a lot faster than I am, and she colors up pretty quickly. And the amount of detail you put in there, that's entirely up to you. I like lots of detail, but you guys know that. Alright, so now I'm going to touch on all of these little dots and make them a little bigger. They're going to be dark to light. They're going to be super cute. You need one up there. And then a little bit more on these other dots. And then I think she has this super cute little bathing suit. With these, some are darker and some are lighter, just because I varied the colors. And I kind of like that. I think it's really cute. It's very inconsistent, but then so are bathing suits when you get them like that. I think I'm going to come in with the middle color and touch this other one that I just added at the second thought. And this one. Just so we have both colors in there. I think that'd be really cute. There we go. I think I like it. I think I like it. Alright, now I'm going to grab some of the colors that we already used, like the C9 and the C6, and we'll do her glasses. So I'm going to start with the 9 at the top of her glasses, right here. And then I'm going to add the 6 to the bottom. It's a big jump in color, but that's okay, because I'm okay with being able to see the variant in color on sunglasses. I like my sunglasses very dark. I don't like the sun in my eyes. So, she's got some shades going on. I think for lipstick, I usually like to go with the darker colors versus the lighter colors, but that's just a personal preference. So I'm going to hold my marker upright, and then I'm going to touch this first RV29 on her lips at the top. and you have to hold your marker upright, and at the bottom. And then I think with the last color, which was RV23, I'm going to do a little bit of her tongue. And then I'll go over it with that R12 just to kind of dull it to a more tongue, not bathing suit look. And I think that'll blend it out nicely, even though it's a teeny tiny little spot. We need to do her eyes too, so let's just stick with the blue colors. We'll go with B26. Hey, Drea. We'll go with B26, and we'll add just a little bit at the top. Now this marker, I'm touching the paper, I think, but it's not putting any ink on there. So I'm like, it looked like I'm putting a whole lot of color on there, but I'm really not. So I just put the dark along the top, and then I'm going to grab the B24 to do along the bottom, just right up to those glasses. And we'll come in with the white gel pen and add the white back in. But there we go. Nice, pretty blue eyes to go with our pretty bathing suit. Yay! Okay, I'm going to hold it up and try to refocus on it so you can see her. Is she not the best? She has an earring, but I want to use a gem for that, so we're not going to color that little spot in her earring. We're going to give her an earring, so it's three-dimensional. So that's my plan. So I'm going to zoom out just a little bit so we can start working on that background stuff that we have. I might even put some bling on her hat. Oh, we were going to do, hold on, hold please, let me zoom back in. We said we were going to put a little bit of design in her hat. So let me show you what I meant by that. So I'm grabbing the colorless blender. And I want this to look a little bit like a straw hat. I know it's not a straw hat because it's blue, so it's not a real straw hat. But I'm just going to go in one straight line over and over in the same spot until I see the ink move. You can kind of start seeing it now. I don't know if you can on the camera, but I'll show you in a minute up close. Hey, Ava. Hey, Babison. She looks so awesome. You like her? I like her too. So a little bit of back and forth. You can start, hopefully you can start seeing the lines in there. You can do this with shirts or hats or whatever you want. I'm going to come back here and try to stay pretty close to the same lines I put at the top. You know, I won't be perfect, and that's okay. It is A-okay.
Yeah, Beth, she was designed like that. I wanted Sandy to go for a 50s rockabilly pinup girl style.
Yeah. Yeah, imagine it when you're sitting there and he says, what's the new release? Oh, let's do rockabilly, pinup, 50s. I was like, could you slow down? Pick a theme. He's like, no, like all of them. I was like, yeah, all right, sure, okay. So yeah, this is what we ended up with. So I'm just doing all of my stripes in the same direction, but don't worry, we're going to switch directions in a minute. This is just going to add a little bit of style to it. Hopefully you can see that. Maybe if I hold it up, you can see it a little better. But see how we're starting to build those lines in the hat? They're not real obvious, but they're enough. All right, there we go. Okay.
Well, I threw some other
Now we're going to switch directions.
Ideas at Sandy.
Yes, he always does. All right, let me turn this upside down. Okay, so now we're going in a different direction. This is going to give us a little bit of a pattern to her hat. It looks like I might need some more colorless blender in my marker. There we go. Or maybe I'm just not touching the paper as much as I think I am. Because it is rather dark in here and hard for me to see. I don't stop till I start seeing it move, and that's enough. But this is going to be a very subtle detail that you can add that'll just give some really good uniqueness to what you're doing. So don't hesitate to do this. You can definitely do it on shirts, give it a pattern. It's good on ice cream cones. This type of pattern on an ice cream cone is really good. Like on the actual cone. It's really neat. So I'm going to do a little bit right on this trim of a hat. I was just making sure there was enough ink in here. There is. Colorless blender is hardest to know other than feeling the weight of it in your hand. It's the hardest to know when it needs refilled because it's clear and you can't see it. But you can tell if the ink is not moving that much that you need a new color. And this takes a little bit of time, but it's so worth it because it leaves such an impact. One more on here, and then we have to do the top of the hat. And I don't want to do it exactly the same as the brim of the hat, so I'm just going to go almost like in between where they are down below, because it wouldn't necessarily line up. So isn't that cool how much detail you can add to this? Facebook's not playing nice today. Shame on them. And I am using my computer and not my phone tonight, hoping for a little better consistency for you guys. You guys can all thank Drea for that. Now that I've been going on her shows, I've had to learn how to use my computer. Yes, I have. Okay. So I think that gives her style. I mean, look at how cool that looks. Look at her hat. Isn't that neat? Just a little bit of design for her hat gives it some fun. Okay, now I'm going to back out. I thought it was Monday. Sorry, my friend. Oh, that's okay, Cheryl. I know it happens. So what I did was I die cut all of this stuff from this Scrappy Boy die set. And we're going to build some stuff for the background, and then we'll go from there. So I'm going to need a pattern paper for the background and a card base. So I think what I want to use is maybe the dark blue for the background of the card, because that will really match with everything. And I'll leave this out in case I need another one. But I'm going to try to find something cloudy or beachy that we could use for the background. Let me see. Just give me a brief moment and I will find something sort of quickly. So I think I saw clouds last night, so I have two different kinds of clouds. I think these clouds would be really nice. So we'll probably use that. And that'll give us a little bit of a background for us to start building our house, our shopping plaza on. Because I think the shopping plaza will be fun. Alright, so there's our A2 card base. I have a paper trimmer here. I kind of like where the clouds interact here, so I'm going to cut the edge off. So I'm going to cut that at 4 by 5 1/4. And I kind of want to cut the dark clouds. I don't want it to look like it's about to rain. She doesn't need any rain coming down on her shopping day. So, you know, and that's my story. You know, I always have a story. No cloudiness on the rainy day. I do have a little bit of grass here that I can use. I wish I had beach, but I just found the grass, so I decided to use that. But I think if we start building the houses back here, like so they're behind her, so she's going to go shopping. She's not, technically not shopping yet. Maybe we should turn her this way, because that might give us a little bit, although I cut the clouds the wrong way if that's the case, didn't I? And I think that was my only cloudy sheet of paper. Hold on. Let me look, because I really want to turn it. I think I only had one of those, unfortunately. But that's okay. We don't have to have the clouds. We can have just blue, light blue. We'll put the light blue for now. I had leftover, I don't know. We missed out on the clouds. Okay. So, because I really want a little bit more space for this. And I want that to be kind of behind her, since she'll be in the forefront, front and center, because she's so classy like that. Now, this is the base piece that I cut. So I know I like that. So I'm going to set that aside, and then I'm going to start building on top of this piece right here. So I want to make the tree. I want the top of the tree to be green. So I am going to cut this little piece off right here, just like that. And then I'm going to attach this green to the top of the brown. If you cut a little extra, you can layer it. So I'm going to attach this. This just makes more excitement for your dies rather than just doing the regular one piece, one color die. This is how I'm making it different colors, because I want it to be really colorful. I mean, she's out on the beach, she's going shopping. If you have a soda press, this is the best time to be using that. You can press them together. Okay, now I cut it a little bit long. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this so I can attach it behind. No, that's okay. And then I'm going to cut this tree right here, just like that. And then we're going to attach this one behind, so the tree will fit right there. So I'm going to take this, put some little glue on the back, and then I'm going to attach this. This is another great time for that tool. You can press it together, make sure it holds really well. And now we have our tree in brown and green. So I love that. That was what I wanted. I didn't want a little blue tree, although you could have blue trees and they would be fine. You could do it for a shadow if you wanted, you know, but I'm just going to stick with that. And then I wanted different houses, different shopping colors. I didn't want all the shopping buildings to be the same color. So I printed them out in different colors, and I'm going to layer them up. So for this house, right, for this shopping, I'm just going to cut these little edges off. Just like that. And then I'm going to attach this little hut on top of this one, so I can have a different color building. I wonder if, I think it's okay to hang over this. we'll figure it out as we go. But for now, I think I'm going to just put this right over top of that. I was debating over whether I should cut a little bit off the bottom, but I think I'm just going to leave it as is. And I'll just figure it out as I go along. I don't have to have all the answers before I start. It's okay. Love how you're piecing the layers. Yay! That I know, right? Because when you see these shops, they're always so bright and beautiful and pretty and, you know. So now all I have to do is decide if I want to make pink the second one or the last one. And I think I want to make it the last one. So I'm going to cut here. And then I'm going to cut here. The Love Shack. Because it's a little old place. Okay, I like that, but I do need to cut this a little bit. So I'm just going to make a mark with the pencil, eyeballing about where the other one is cut. And then I'll just wing it. I like to wing it with my big scissors, so I only have to make one clean slice. It usually comes out a bit straighter when I do it like that. So, all right, so now we're going to put this pretty pink hut on there. Because, you know, this has got to be the swimsuit store. I mean, come on. It's pink! It matches her outfit. I don't usually like to play with very small pieces, a lot die cut pieces, but this one I felt like it was small enough and they were tiny enough, and I don't really have that many other ones, so, but I didn't want it to be all one color, so you have no choice if you don't want it to all be one color. I still have another building, but I think I'll save that for another time. And then all of these pieces right here, they look crazy, but they are the roofs of the buildings. So I did cut out a few of those in like some of the wood pattern that we had from our last release. So the ones with the pigs, I had some wood patterns, and I thought those would look really cute, like on top, building the little hut up a little bit more. And I have this one for this side. I also have it in teal, but I think I like it with the wood grain. The wood grain makes it really cool. This wood grain is the same as that one. So I don't know that I want to do that, but we'll see. I'm not 100% sure, but I kind of think maybe I'll put the plain pink top on this roof. Like that. Look at how cute these, oh my gosh, seriously. I even cut out this teeny tiny one that goes along the top of this one. So I will probably glue that on. And then I think I think you can actually put this one. Look, this one's the same color. So this will be great. You can put this one here. It'll kind of extend that roof a little bit. Like this. I mean, I don't know. I didn't watch the video on how this all goes together, so I'm kind of making it up as I go along. Hopefully you guys don't mind that. I'm deciding, I think too much. Maybe I want to use, I cut a bunch of them in different colors just for fun. So maybe I want this one, because this would kind of be like a sign. And then this would be an overhang. And then this would be the top of the roof. What? I think
'Cause
I'll.
I have some aluminum foil tape so she could have a tin roof busted.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so I think I have made up my mind. I think this one is going to go on here. So I'm going to go ahead and attach. Once we start attaching, then we can look. I also saved all the doors and all the doors and all the windows just in case we wanted to put some on there. I don't think I want to do the windows, but I may want to put something on the back so you can, so that it looks white or, something. I love that glue. Lets me move stuff around. Let's put this one. You know what? Maybe let's put this one. Let's put this one, and then we can put the pink one with the other one. That way we've really mixed up the colors. So here we go. We have this one. That's not the Love Shack, I can tell you that. Because that's not the fancy one. And this one is going to go right in the middle, right here. And I think I'm going to leave the top of that roof in dark blue instead of putting that extra piece. And then I'll take this one and I'll add it here. I like that touch of glitter I have on the tree. It's green with glitter on it, so it's really sparkling it up a bit. I mean, she's going to look so blingy out here at her nice little shopping time. Shopping! And we'll go shopping. Okay, what else do I want to do? Didn't I have one of these that was wood? I did. I think I'm going to, I don't know that this is where they wanted this to go, but I think I'm going to put it right there so I get a little bit more style on that roof. Because I feel like it needs just a tad bit more oomph on it. So we'll put it right here. And I think that'll bring it together. There we go. All right, so far so good. We still have some, these are our pink windows. These are our doors. We have pink, blue, turquoise. So we could give this a turquoise door if we wanted to. We'd have to put it behind like that. And that would be our little door for that one. And then I think pink on this one. I think we should have the doors on there. I don't really like the windows on there, but I do like the doors. I feel like we need the doors. Maybe not on that one. We could do windows on that one. That one can be the welcome center. Come on in. Check it out. It's so much fun. You don't want to miss out. Oh, wait. I rhymed on that. You guys, seriously. That was crazy. There we go. So I kind of like that. I think that's all I'm going to put in my little pieces that I cut. You never know. I got lots of pieces left over. Maybe I'll make another one later. I like it. I like it so far. I'm very happy. So I'm really sad that I messed up my clouds. So I am going to look just a couple of minutes longer to see if I can find something that goes a little better with that. 'Cause I really want those clouds, man. I can't believe I cut them the wrong way. That's what happens to me. That's my luck right there. I bet you in my paper pads, I have a bunch of sky scenes that'll look really good. So let's see what we can find. So I have 2 different paper pads. I have the Happy Place and the Homegrown, and they both have some different areas that would give like a nice scene in the background. There's got to be some skies. I wonder how much of this one it would take. I don't really want mountains, so that's not going to work. But there's a waterfall, which might be kind of cool. All right, let's see what we have in the other pack. I would say maybe the waterfall, because I kind of like it. I kind of like it. I kind of like it. I'm feeling very singy today. Both new stamp sets are interchangeable. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Oh, look, I found some grass. Oh, there's a table on it. Dang it. All right, let's see what we got here. I bet we got something. Aha. It's kind of tree-like, so I'm not really sure that's the best one. What we need is this cloudy sky. We need the sky. So I think our best bet is to go back to the Happy Place set. And maybe we'll use this waterfall. I bet it will look good because then she's got a swimsuit on. It's perfect. We can put it in the background. Let's see what it looks like if we... Oh, my little windows are falling out because I didn't stick them in. We'll fix them in a minute. But I think if we put something behind so you can't see it through the windows, we would be good. So like maybe a little bit of white behind each one of the little huts would do it. I think that would be perfect. So let's do that. Let me show you how easy that is. Just sit it over top of the hut. Cut a square. It works on that one. We got a little one for the, we're only going to do leave the door open on that one, so we only need a little piece on that one. And then this one, that should give us good enough to cover up the back, and then we can use that piece. So I need a sliver more off of this one, and then I think it will fit perfectly on here. Are we close? Oh, we need another sliver. Just a little bit. And that, yep, perfect. So what I'm going to do is just put a bit of glue here, right here, right here, right here, and underneath there, and then we'll stick this on there. Again, this is a great use for our soda press. And then we can flip it over and put our door in there. So we chose the blue door. So I'm going to put just a little bit of glue there. I think I'm going to try and tip this door up underneath the roof. There we go. We'll put a little door handle on there because that'll just make it perfect. Use my eraser to make sure I get that like right up in there where I need it to be. And look at that. Perfect. Okay. Next one. Flip that over. Ooh, did I make that long enough? No. So it's going to go this way. So we need to put our little windows on there from the back. Just like that. 1, 2, 2 windows. And then when I glue this piece on there, it should go over the window as well, but I think I'll make it a little wider to protect the windows. That way it'll hold our windows in until we're ready to put that down. This is going to have a white door because our paper is white. Could you make cloud paper with stencils? I could, but I think my cloud stencil's dirty from the other night. And that's okay, because this gives us a whole scene, and she has a swimsuit on, so I think it works out kind of perfect with the waterfall in the background. Maybe she's going to shop a bit and then go to the waterfall and take a nice, cool swim, because we're going to cover up where it's splashing out in the water, and we have palm trees in the background, so it's going to work out great. I'm going to add this in here, if I can. I want to lift that up just a little bit so I can get that door in there. It's kind of a smaller door, so it might not work out quite as easily as I wanted. Let's see, here's the little door, so I'll just use this one to trim that one. Yeah, it's a smaller door hole. So I'm going to hold these nice and tight. Grab my tiny scissors and just cut a little bit off there and a little bit off here. And now this pink door should fit inside here. It should. I probably should have checked it before I put glue, but hey, you know, I have no fear. Look at that. It was perfect. Now I'm going to use my pencil eraser to press it down in there. Perfect. Now we had to add those extra white backgrounds that I hadn't anticipated, but that's okay. It still worked out perfectly. And it's really cute. We could actually, you know, put something on the window if we needed to. These windows over here, I accidentally have glue on them. So I wonder if I should see. I think it'll just dry. Alright, I gotta cut this card base down. Let's see how much we want to. I'm okay with using this grass for the bottom of this. I don't know, it's kind of, may have to cut some of this grass off. Well, it might not look good, but we're going to try it anyway and see what happens. We're just going to cut some of this grass, kind of up and down, just sort of jaggedy, because I don't want it to be all one length. And then that might look better. So let's see. We're going to need to have some of this at the bottom and then some of this. I think that might work. It'll cover up some of that area I didn't really want to see. All right, here we go. Are we ready? We got to cut. All right. So we're cutting long ways, so we need it to be 5 1/4. So I'm going to cut it 1/8 of an inch bigger than that, so I can cut a little bit off the other side as well. So then I'll make it 5 1/4. And then we're going to have to cut off the top and the bottom to make it only 4 inches. I don't know how much I want to cut off the bottom. So I'm going to try to place them on there just to see. This is how my mind works. You guys are in the mind of Sandy right now. So I'm going to put this here. That, I'll probably need to cut all that off so you can't see it. Well, maybe I need it to go. That may not work quite as well as I wanted. Do, 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 do. I mean, she's in front of the buildings and we can pop her up, so we should be okay. I think she needs to be like that, so we can't cut any of that bottom part off, but we're going to have to cover it up with something else because that's not going to work. But remember, we had some scraps in the homegrown one that had grass. So maybe I'll just use that. Look at us paper piecing like crazy here. Oh, it didn't go all the way across, remember? That's all right. I'll come up with something. You don't you wear your pretty head. I got this somehow. Ha ha ha. Look, grass. I found my grass. So I think if I add that to the bottom, it will be perfect. And it brings out a little more of the greens. So I'm going to cut everything off the top. So I want this to be 4 inches. So I'm just going to cut everything off the top. There we go. Now this will fit on our background like that. And here we go. Time to build. Oh, that one needs to be cut down a little bit. Maybe just a tad bit here, like maybe at 1 inch. And then we need it to be this way at 5 1/4, just like the other paper was. Oh, I'm going to cut the less shadowy area. So 5 1/4. So that'll be our next piece. This is a paper piece a night, you guys. What do you think? Paper piece a night, huh? We're going to add this little street. I think if we pop up these houses and then pop her up too, it's going to look really good. And then I don't even know that we need the grass. I think we should leave the grass off. I think I like it like this. I think that looks really good. And then I have some pop dots, and I have them where they're thin. I have some thin dots, and then I have some regular, or what I call large, so I don't get them confused. But they're different widths, so I'm going to do the houses on the thin, and I'm going to do the girl on the larger ones so that we get a really good dimension. So let's go ahead and build this a little bit. Here goes our card base. There we go. And I think this is turning out to be a really nice background. That's what I love about these paper pads. You can kind of make them fit whatever you want. Then we're going to add our grass. Yes, this was on the back of the cover sheet of the homegrown, so you can see all the designs on the back. But I cut it so I could use the bonus back cover sheet, and it's perfect. Like, if you just look at it like this, you're like, what is she thinking? But once you add the houses and stuff, it's perfect. I do need to measure it though. I gotta trim off a little bit because it's only going to be 5 1/4, so I need to trim off the little edges. So 5 1/4 gets me that little bit of trim. Then we're going to put all our little thin dots on the back. I have large thin dots and I have small thin dots, so we can fill in all the little small areas with the little ones and the bigger areas with the big ones. We'll get these on the houses. That should be great. Or shopping centers, whatever you want to call them. A little Rodeo Drive shopping going on here. You know I want to write sale in one of the windows, because who doesn't like a good sale? Now, I know the full one isn't going to fit, so I have this cut in half. I'll just put those on there. You could probably fit one on this side. And then we need the tree. I think down here we could probably get away with this one. But going up the tree, I probably need a few of these in half, so that it just fits on the tree. I don't like anything on my card to like sink in, so I know it's probably more of this than we really need to use, but I don't like my stuff to sink in. I am very adamant about that for sure. Then we're going to add some to the little trees. I think I have one. Nope, that's too big. I got to cut a few more for the rest of my tree. So this one will fit there. This one will fit here. This little one will fit right here, and that should be enough for my little tree. And then I need some to go on these end pieces so they don't get lost. We don't want them to sink down. That kind of doesn't fit there. So probably a half a one would probably be better right there. And this is really bothering me, so I got to put one there too. Alright, then I usually test it. Does it sink down anywhere? And it doesn't, so I think we're good. We'll just peel these little things off. They come off pretty easy, so... So how was everybody's day? Looks awesome. Or one could be a cafe. Yes, it could. She could be going to get her tea or coffee or lemonade or
A daiquiri.
her whatever kind of drink she wants. Or those of you who are margarita people, I'm not a margarita person, but...
Or cool vibes and Mai Tais.
Mai Tais, yes. Oh, wait, don't I have that sticker somewhere?
I don't know if you use it or not.
Did you give me the... Oh, I have the beach vibes. Yeah, I need those right there in that container behind my desk, if you could grab that for me. Oh, that's going to be perfect.
Yeah, you used it.
No, I have more.
Okay.
I think I'm going to use that sticker a lot. So, for those of you who don't know, our new releases come with sticker sheets, and there's a Beach Vibe sticker sheet. Cream soda for you. I love cream soda. I don't drink it very often, but I love it when I do get to have it. Alright, here we go. Alright, we need this to be right about... Let me hold it at the top so I can make sure my edges are together. And look, it ended up putting the palm tree right in a perfect spot. So now it sticks up a bit from the background, which is perfect. This card is cool. A little more time than I normally spend on a background for a card. So she needs to have the large here and this thin at the top of her, because it's already popped up once and she's going to be on top of the building. So I'm going to add the thin ones to her hat.
If that was a road.
I know, right? Oh, you could so do that if that was a road. That would be great.
Yeah, you just put it up, the house is on fire.
Yep. Yeah, that's what she needs. All the way down to her knees. She needs these small ones. That would look so cool, but I would have had to put the road back further. Right there. That car is so cool. That's in the ephemera pack. That car is in the ephemera pack. If you were wondering, it is not one of the stamps, but it is in the ephemera. I used all my little halvesies, so I have to cut a few more halvesies. So one more for the backs of her legs, and then she needs the larger ones for the bottom of her legs.
So just for illustration of like if you want to fill out a scene, could be there, put a beach ball in there.
Dale's entertaining you guys while I'm fixing all this stuff. How do you like that? Isn't that awesome? That's what happens when you have a buddy in your craft room. You have a helper with opinions. He does that to me a lot when I'm crafting. What if you did? Or what if you tried? Or... So as you can see, it's thicker at the bottom and thinner at the top because it's going to be over. Oh, thank you. She says she loves our paper. HSN is still on in the background, but spending my Mother's Day cash to get your new release. Oh, thanks. I did really good. I didn't buy anything on HSN. I just watched today. I was such a good girl. Although they had some really gorgeous stuff, but you know, their big sale of the day was that like kit with all those markers and pens and all that stuff. And clearly, since I have 335 Ohuhu and 256 Olo and 358 Copic markers, I don't really think purchasing more markers is in my realm of anything right now. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, she needed double on her hat. That's okay. We're saved. We can still get it in there. One more for her hat. I didn't realize she was going to fall off of the buildings, so she needed a little bit bigger for her hat area. There we go. Perfect. Now she's on there, and she's up a little further than the rest of it, so it looks like she's way in front of it. I think in order to make this, since I don't have this stamp set yet, and it's coming before the end of the week, I think what I want to do is use this sticker. Let's see if I have any space underneath these. Yep, I can probably do this, but I like this Good Vibes in My Ties. I think it's a really cute sticker. And I'm going to see if I can fit it. It's not going to fit, so I am going to trim it because there's nothing wrong with that. And then that way, it'll sit right here. Oh my goodness. You guys, check that out. Is that not fun? I love it. That turned out so good. I am very happy with the outcome. So there's our girl in all her happy glory, looking hot. Oh, we forgot to put her earring on. Oh, she cannot be shopping without her earring. I have one in mind of exactly what I was going to use. In my little tray here, I have these teeny tiny little circles, and they're perfect for an earring because there's little bitty ones like this one. Come on, flip over. Am I going to have to put you into my little tray to flip you over? Oh, there we go. I got it. Okay, and then I'm going to put just a little bit of glue right here on her earring. And then I'm going to pick up this teeny tiny little embellishment and I'm going to stick it on her ear. And the glue is going to squish out just a little, but it's going to be okay when it dries. You won't be able to see it, so it won't matter. I'll try to move it off of there just for visual effect for you guys, so you can see what I mean. But I don't ever do this when I'm not crafting live. I just leave it alone because it'll just dry and you won't be able to see it anyway, and so it works out perfectly. I'm going to use this tool just to press it on, make sure it's got a good stay right there. Oh, yay, that made it perfect. Let me show you. Looky, looky. You see her little earring hanging out there? How cute is that? And your shaker bits and bling are better than HSN. Oh, thank you, Beth. Look at that. Look at the glitter from the tree. Just kind of makes it all kinds of awesome. Let me see if I can zoom out just a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. Now you can see the whole pretty scene. Isn't that awesome? She is ready for a beach vacation for sure. And look, you can even see all those lines in the hat. Once they dry, they become a little bit brighter. So that worked out perfectly. That is so cute. So if you want to build your own little beachy background, this is from Scrappy Boy. And last time I looked, it was on sale. I haven't looked lately, but if you want to check it out, you can get it at scrappyboy.com, www.scrappyboy.com. And then the paper pad was our relax, which one was it? Happy Place. This one, Happy Place. This is the one, and it was the back of the cover. I cut the bottom of it. And that's what we used here. And then this one is also Happy Place. It's just the background one. So that was the Happy Place paper. And there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope that you will be excited when you get your little beach and retro vibes going on. The other set is going to be so much fun too, and now that you guys have brought up that it looks kind of like Elvis, we definitely might have to do something similar to that to bring out the Elvis. He can be, I might have to have Dale do me a sentiment that says love me tender or something, because how fun will that be? So thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget, I'll be live again on Thursday at 8 Central, so come join me. And thank you, Cheryl. I'm glad that you like them, and you can't wait to play. Evelyn, I can't wait till you get them. Yes, Scrappy Boy does have great dies, and yes, I love Elvis too. And if you guys have any questions or concerns, let me know. As soon as the stamps arrive, I will be posting in the groups so you'll know that your stamps are being mailed. I'm anticipating they will arrive on Thursday. If it's early enough, your stuff will go to the post office Thursday evening. If not, it'll go Thursday morning. So, Friday morning. So I will let you know. I'll keep you posted. And I'm glad you had lots of fun, Susie. I know it was, this was a build as my brain goes. So it was kind of fun, but a little less planned and a little more out of my head. So, thank you for hanging in there and for joining me. I hope that you love her, and you can color her in any skin tone that you want. She makes for a perfect girl, no matter what color her skin tone is. You can even do her sunburned. So you guys have a great evening. I think I'm going to hop on over to Happy Crafty Ho Ho and see if they're doing anything tonight. And then I will see you guys on Thursday at 8 Central. So thank you so much for joining me. Good night.